The next one, the next showcase that we have in the similar category of brainstorming, ideation, and asset generation is presentations AI, where they actually work on creating amazing presentations in no time, providing a unique meeting and edit experience within teams. And today we have Sumant with us, who is the CEO for Presentations AI, and I'll hand it over to him to take it forward, the demo forward. Thank you, Sumant, for joining in.
Thank you so much, Rachna. Hello, everyone. I'm Sumant. So I guess a lot of talk has already gone on about how important meetings are and how ubiquitous meetings have become in the modern world of hybrid work, right? But one thing that's common in all meetings is that inevitably it has a presentation, right? So in the modern world, presentations are the principal medium through which stories are told, ideas are shared, and decisions are made. Right? Presentations have become the central platform on which companies run the majority of their business critical decisions. So whether you're raising funds, selling your products, or even just meeting team members, presentations are right up in front and center. Right? Even though presentations are ubiquitous, it's still very difficult to create good presentations, right? So if you have design skills or you have a designer on your team, you probably have great presentations that you can share with your teammates and customers. But if you don't have time or the design skills, you're a little bit of trouble. So that's why we created presentations.ai. Presentations.ai is a collaborative presentation platform that uses AI to make everyone a designer. So with presentations.ai, anyone can create amazing decks effortlessly, simply, and really quickly. So let me show you how it works. Presentations.ai works within Microsoft Teams as well. Once you install our app, you can actually see it in a chat bot like this. And then you can create a presentation by just clicking on a button here. So it opens up a dashboard where you can choose from different templates that you want to use. So let's say I want to use this particular template to create a sales pitch. Right. So this is the key aspect of presentations.ai. Unlike every other presentation tool out there, you don't need to have any design skills at all to actually create a presentation. You just have to answer a set of questions, and it's as simple as writing an email or writing a document where you put down all the points that you want to make. Right? Once you actually put in all these points, you actually generate the entire presentation through AI, where we make sure that all your brand elements are automatically fitted in, your text and your images are really crisp and clear, and we generate this entire thing automatically. So the whole thing happens with a single click, and the users don't really have to have any design skills whatsoever to create a presentation that's really beautiful and compelling. If you want to actually go ahead and play around with the presentation, you actually have a full presentation editor here where you can explore a number of different presentation and slide styles that you can seamlessly switch from one to another. So this entire concept is like, think of it as a set of Lego blocks that you can easily change from one to another, and everything automatically works and fits in. So you don't need to know how to, lay out text or how to arrange elements on the screen, right? Once you actually created the presentation, it is automatically collaborative with all the people with whom you want to share this presentation, right? So as you can see, multiple people can actually open the presentation at the same time. It's collaborative, so you can see where the online presence. And you can add things like comments, right? So you can add comments to slides, and all of these comments are automatically synced back with your Microsoft Teams channels. So even if you reference individual people, they will be notified that there is a particular action item that is open for that person. And similarly, you can do things like, adding emoji icons to and react to slides. You can also assign things like statuses to slides. All of these collaborative elements flow back to Microsoft Teams, and they flow back to the people and the channels where these particular presentations have been created.
So,
Right?
how are we bringing this up inside a meeting experience altogether, like what we create, how we collaborate on these things. So how is the experience when somebody is on a meeting, and how are they able to use it?
So the answer to that is again in this chatbot itself. So what we do is we have a button that says Meet here that works within Microsoft Teams. So when you click on this button, we'll give you two options. You can either enter the meeting mode in an edit session where multiple people can actually open the presentations.ai app within Microsoft Teams, within a meeting in Microsoft Teams, and simultaneously edit the presentation. So as you can see, this is the presentations.ai app running within Microsoft Teams, and multiple people can open this document, and they don't even need to be on the same slide, right? So one person can be on slide 3, the other person can be on slide 1, and all along you're sitting and you're collaborating together on the live presentation. So you don't have this one to many kind of restriction that you might have in a screen sharing kind of thing, and all the information gets saved automatically. So you don't need to go in and have some follow-up where you discuss action items in a meeting and then go back and work on a presentation to bring in all those changes or updates. Everything happens instantaneously, and you can automatically bring in all those changes inside a single session within Microsoft Teams. There is also the scenario where you might just want to present to your teammates. So that also works within our app itself. You don't need to have screen sharing, because again, in screen sharing, sometimes fidelity is lost. People might not be able to give feedback properly. If you have rich animations, that doesn't come across properly. So all of those issues are also automatically removed when you have a meet and present kind of scenario, because it's you're actually opening the native presentation here, and that's what you're working on. Right. So the idea with presentations.ai is that everyone can be a designer and work on beautiful presentations, and we work particularly well within Microsoft Teams, where there is a collaborative scenario where multiple people work with or on presentations, and all of that works seamlessly within Microsoft Teams.
And
So
I'm assuming all the tools that you have, right, available when I'm creating it individually are also present when you are in an edit mode within the teams, within a meeting.
absolutely. So the entire app works the same way, whether you're in an individual working as an individual or as a team where multiple people are working on a presentation at the same time. So we're actually working with a limited number of beta customers. So if you're interested to work with us and try this out for your own organization, please contact us at sales@presentations.ai. I will drop the email as well, and we'll be glad to explore working with you and making sure that your presentations are really on brand and beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Thanks for this. Any question? Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Any questions, please drop in the chat, and someone please bear with us to answer any of the questions that come along in the chat.
Sure, Rachna. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I think we have a question from someone.
This is Himanshu here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, I see a couple of applications which you mentioned. I think that looks very, very interesting. Now I'm just trying to understand the challenge which I go through day by day. This overall spend for our employee per user license, if I look at it, always going up. And these apps are somewhere $3, $4 each and every app. So many things which are coming up. And that is one. Second, what happens also that how do we distribute these apps becomes a challenge, because if I give it to limited set of people, everybody, when somebody sees that person A is using this app and he says, yes, this is also helpful for me, and then they will try to justify that why it is needed, it becomes very, very difficult to rationalize also that let's buy only for 50 users, 20 users, whoever the right set of the users. So for an enterprise, I see that unless and until there is a better options for the pricing, things are because everything is like a coming $2, $3. Somebody says, okay, I need a space hot seating to $2 a month. So I think these dollars become so high, and our generic business, like for a pharma, becomes much tougher because it is always about the cost leadership. So that is the one feedback also, and like probably when we look at that, what are the use cases which we can solve? So we'll see that if something can be done around it.
If I may jump in, this is a common complaint that we've had from a lot of enterprises and organizations, and actually this has led us to announce a new pricing that's coming up in the next month, which is a flat rate for the organization for, depending on the set of features that you use, unlimited users. So because the fact of the matter is, the per user cost is it's the creep that really kills the whole. It's a really great business model for us, companies like us, because it naturally expands. But there's a so there's a trade-off between companies wanting to buy versus being able to, because some tools you require that everybody is able to use, like Teams, right? So when we come into the ecosystem and sort of have to add on to that, there's a certain resistance. So we're trying to address that by doing that. Just wanted to plug that in, but I think it's a very valid concern, but it is the reality of the business model. So we have, so how we will make money, if I'll explain that, we have our base platform will be fixed price, but we have so the advanced stuff that you saw, like managing projects or running HR operations on top of our platform, those will be chargeable per user, but only your HR department will use that, so not everybody. So you can license them separately. So that's the model that we're shifting into.
Very good, very good. Because I think it is very much needed, which I see. Because when I go to the business and say, please justify the ROI, how much productivity will go up, how many people you will cut down, nothing will go down. It's only going up.
So if I may jump in,
Nobody's ready to
in
commit,
our
but
case,
everybody requires to.
it's a very good question
Sorry?
that you raised, and I think the challenge here is that really is there a best of breed product for each of those point use cases that you want that really is worth paying for, right? So that is the decision that every company is making now, whether you just take a single product that gives you probably some aspects of these things, or whether there is some exceptional product that gives you some point use cases really well. So in our case, we want to prove it by actually giving you a free option. So you don't need to start paying for our product right from the get-go. There is a free option. You can use it, and only when you feel that it's something that you want to roll out to your organization, you actually upgrade to the Pro plans. And our Pro plans works within the Microsoft Teams ecosystem itself. So you don't need to pay us separately or anything like that. The monetization also flows within Teams itself, and it's on groups of users. It's not for a single user.
Really good points. Thank you so much,